1124 News Talk 97.3 KIRO FM. Coming up on TBTL tonight, the crew talks to one of their favorite comedians, Eugene Meerman, the author of The Will to Whatevs. That's why you have to listen. Otherwise, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. Carl Livingston is the author of Shoestrings and Bootstraps. He also serves a number of other capacities: professor of political science at Seattle Central Community College, pastor of Kingdom Christian Center, and he is determined to help the black community pull itself up by its bootstraps, as the title of the book would imply. And you've got a plan here. We won't have time to go into all the fine points of it, but you can certainly give us a taste of it. And I guess we have to know whether you're the only guy talking about this or whether you have some support. You march every Saturday?
I march the first Saturday in the month.
First Saturday of the month.
In the central area of Seattle.
And you're carrying a sign and you're marching up and down? Or?
It's a lonely march. It's just me and my closest companions.
And what do you say? Do you have a chant?
Yes, sir.
What's your chant?
What do we want? Development. When do we want it? Now. Things like that.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But it's a commerce-based chant. It's not a protest chant.
That's right.
It's an uplifting chant.
And it's not a chant about what the police have done to us, what those outside of our community have done to us. It's a chant to, come on, let's unify and pick ourselves up.
You got 4 points here: rise, read, unite, and act.
Yes, sir.
Let me just talk about the unite part, because you were talking about this earlier. This is what This is what helps other immigrant groups get ahead. They have an organization. They unite. They create a community that's healthy, that raises kids, that enhances skills. Excuse me. Around what then? If the black community's problem is that you have so many broken families and single moms and absent dads, around what do you unite then?
Well, thankfully we have some folks who are rather well heeled, and so that's a great base. They tend to be a little older. Mm-hmm. Some of them are doing well enough that they can kind of be in their little cave and do one little social service kind of thing, and then just go back home and lament what's happening to the rest of them. They're too far removed. And then also we can unite around a lot of young people who are in pain, and they're actually uniting in other ways. They don't know what the answer is. So they think it's, let's do something about our history. We don't know our history, or the gangs and all. It's the saddest thing when the biggest part of the problem is really economic development, small business generation. And those outside the community know it, but they'll help in the community with a just say no to drugs campaign. It'll make you want to cry.
You want to see investment.
In a capitalist world, what choice do you have? It's the answer. It's the engine. We're actually trying to do it for the country right now.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And in fact, since you have a president who is going to be the role model of a generation, do you see in him any of these elements?
Well, he's an example of someone who worked hard, no matter his circumstances, to pick himself up. Now, I was getting ready to say he picked himself up by his bootstraps, but the truth of the matter is, although we use that phrase and feel rather good sometimes using it about how well we did, no one completely picked themselves up by you know what I mean? Mom was there to carry us 9 months.
That's right.
We suckled that.
There are no self-made men.
Come on, so, but he worked hard, and he went to school. He got great grades. He went back to the community, built a business, raised a family with help of his wonderful wife. That's where we have to go. He's a fantastic symbol.
Yeah, I know we talked about this briefly on Inauguration Day, but in the weeks since, have you noticed any impact? Has the symbolism had because I know one of the reasons this is so lonely for you, as it was lonely for Pastor Jeffrey, your predecessor in this effort, is that there are people within not just your community, but any community, who see this as hopeless pie-in-the-sky stuff.
Yes.
And yet now that you have somebody who did it and reached the highest office, not just in America, but literally in the world, by following some of these rules, maybe that's the so-called game changer everybody's been waiting for.
It may be. I have a feeling things that get a little bit worse before they get better, but sometimes that's a good thing because we're actually getting ready to go into what different people are calling a post-racial society. So whatever were the racial programming and programs and others types of things that were out there, or Black History Month, affirmative action, and all, I think it's going to precipitously be removed in the next 20 years. But that'll be good for African Americans and all that pain, because it will force us to figure out how to help ourselves. And I don't want to see the pain. I'll do everything I can to help them. But sooner or later, we'll figure out that the shootings and the single parenthood, it's a multifaceted problem, but it, for the most part, has an economic root. Martin Luther King was trying to tell us that. So many other folks before they left, and we have been slow to come to it. We need non-blacks to help us with that, and to say, no, you know what I can really help you best with is launching small businesses. If you help us launch small businesses, if you tell us that even, our leaders will come around, because our leaders, those that are making it pretty well, they're really trying to fit in this system and do well. They're already fitting in, and they're trying to stay there and do well. And if others in the system would say, you know what, he's got the answer, and he didn't invent it. We always knew that. And we know you all can do it too. We're going to help you. Then we're going to get something done.
Well, the march is every first Saturday, 11 o'clock, starting at the Garfield Community Center at 23rd and Cherry, and all you got to do is show up and join the chant, huh? That's
right. And I don't know if I got 10 seconds. My publisher's going to kill me if I don't say it. I'm at carllivingston.com, www.carllivingston.com. You can get the book there. You can get the book up at Joy Unlimited on 23rd and Jackson. And we need everybody, especially your wonderful, powerful audience, Mr. Ross, to help us.
I couldn't agree more. Shoestrings and Bootstraps, Carl Livingston Jr. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
This is the Dave Ross Show. News is coming up.